Hi guys, welcome to the Golden Space. Today I'm going to be talking about my 3-week trip I took to Zimbabwe and our stops in South Africa.
I know you want to join the fire. Just keep on pushing my limits
First things first, we went in the end of June, beginning of July, and that was like the worst time to go. While we were there, we ended up staying at the Mount Zion Prayer Mountain. That's actually my grandma's mountain. On the way to Zim, we stopped at South Africa and we had an overnight layover there. We ended up staying at a Holiday Inn. That was a really good experience. They had a lot of good food, and their currency is Rand, which is 14 Rand is 1 USD. So we are able to make the most of our money there. We'll go back. And on the way back, we got an Airbnb for like $26. Even though we didn't have an overnight stay there, we did want to be able to drop off our bags and do some shopping. Let's get on to the weather and why I feel like this was the worst time for us to go. So their weather in Zimbabwe it's tropical. It's like subtropical. You don't even need ACs. Like, it's real cool. It's a nice breeze. It is sunny, but we went during their winter time. So their winter time is only like a month and a half, 2 months, which is the June and July. We went June and July. So it's apparently like the worst time to go. And it was cold there, like cold. Still had a good time, and they still had a lot of stuff doing. There was less like tourists there because of that, but no one wants to spend their summer vacation going to somebody else's winter. Well, at least I know I don't. Another thing that I noticed while we were there is every day the sun set at 5 p.m. That really messed up my internal clock, because it was already messed up from like the jet lag and stuff like that. But the sunset at 5 p.m. really threw me off, especially we were waking up at like 1 p.m. in the beginning. So we only had about 3 to 4 hours of daylight. That was a lot. So just be aware that the sun sets at 5 p.m. every single day. And businesses close at sundown like the old days now, because the sun set at 5 p.m. So just know that. Most people speak English there. Like, I did not encounter anybody who did not know English, but they also speak Shona and Insabeli. The other thing was money. Y'all have to have cash. Like, a lot of places did take card, but not that many. Like, a lot of mainstream places. Like, we weren't in like backdoor places for real, but nobody really had tap. So I have to have your physical card on top of that. Then they did not accept bills that were older than 2001. But they'll hand you money that's old, but they won't accept it. So it's kind of like, just be aware. Just be aware. Don't be taking their old money, because they're not going to take it back, y'all. What all did we do? We did a bunch of stuff while we were there, because we were there for like 2.5, 3 weeks. So this is just the Zimbabwe portion. So for Zimbabwe, the first place we ended up going to was this place called Pottery Barn. And it was like real chill. They sold food. Like, you can play games like PlayStation, Xbox. They had that you can do. It was right next to a soccer field, and people can rent out that soccer field and host games and stuff. So you can actually sit down and watch people play soccer at that place. And the whole main thing about it is like the mini games. So they have like mini golf, and that's why it's called Pottery Barn, not pottery, because you can play putt-putt. And they had table tennis or ping pong there, and like a basketball thing. But it wasn't like arcade vibe. It was very much like somebody built this out of cardboard, and there was no electronics in it, like the basketball. So it's like nothing's keeping score or anything, but it was a good experience. I think we spent around like $20, and the food was okay. Like, I would not go there for the food. I'll just go there for something chill, cheap to do. The second thing that we did, we thought this was very fun. It's called Hellenic Sports Club. So Hellenic Sports Club is similar to the other place, but a little bit more upscale with more things to do. We did the go-karts. That was really fun for us. We raced each other. The second thing we did was paintball. We didn't paintball fight each other, but that was an option. But we did like shoot at targets, and it was a good competition. And I think I won. They also had putt-putt there as well. We spent around like $30 for the both of us, and we had a really, really great experience there. Also went to Avondale Market, and the Avondale Market is kind of like flea market vibes, except for like you can buy clothes, shoes, books, and stuff like that. Some of the stuff, like the books, I believe was secondhand, and some of the shoes I think were secondhand, but almost like rainbow or city trends type clothes. And then they had some men clothes. Like you can find all this stuff at Shein, H&M, some of those stores like that. And for me, the prices were not pricing. I felt like it was very much American prices, and it's a market, so you have to bargain. So just be aware of that. But the one side is devoted to kind of like tourists, and I was able to bargain and got some cute well, I call them nightgowns, but it's really not nightgowns. It's more like a muumuu. But I got some cute like muumuus. And one came with a headscarf, but I paid like 20 bucks for it, and I had to bargain so bad for that $20. But they did have the belly beads, like you don't tie on, you can clasp it and unclasp it. I got one a few years ago, and I still have it to this day. Like it's a really good like belly bead. So I would recommend, if you're into belly beads, to go there and get some of those, because they're only like $3 or $4. One of the most exciting things that we did on this trip was visit Pamuzinda, which is a safari about 30-40 minutes away from where we were, which is the Bardell area of Harare. But yeah, we just took the drive, bought a day trip, and the day trip was around like $75 per person, and you have to book it in advance and then send the money in advance. It comes with 2 activities and lunch. So we did one activity before lunch, had lunch, and then did the other activities. And it gives you access to the property in general. The food, it depends on how many people like buy a pass or is there. So if it's 10 people or more, they do like an open buffet. If not, like you just put in your order for lunch and then they bring it to you. And the bar, you have to pay for the bar separately. They have horseback riding where you can go into the safari on horseback. The lions are in a cage, so you don't have to worry about that. But we've seen wildebeest, zebra, giraffe, like we've seen all types of animals, elephants. So we did not do the horseback riding, but we did do the drive, the game drive, and we were able to see all the animals that way. And that was before lunch, and we ended up having like a decent lunch. It wasn't like their best. That was my second time going there, and they had a really, really great lunch the first time, but it was buffet style, so I guess I could be more picky than this time. But people did enjoy it. It was like beef with gravy. I don't eat gravy. Then they had rice, and they had dinner rolls. So it was a real soft lunch. But you could have as much as you want. Like you could have seconds and thirds and stuff. For the second activity, we canoed. So they have like a river, and we canoed in the river, and it was a really beautiful romantic experience, but you can't do it like solo. So we had the tour guide there. So for the other activities besides canoeing, the game drive, and the horseback riding, and they had 2 elephants there. You can take pictures and have like a 10-minute solo experience with these elephants and touching on them and stuff like that. I didn't think that was something we wanted to do, so we didn't do it. They also had fishing, but all around it was like a great experience, and I would definitely recommend it. Especially, it puts you in like the African experience. If you're gonna go to Zimbabwe, you should definitely go to a game park. And they have another one called Cheetah Park, but I've never been there. My self-care day. So for my self-care day, I got my hair braided. These are like the same braids, y'all, but I got tiny knotless braids because I didn't want them to be pulled, and it took about 3 hours. Yeah, at one point there was like 4 people in my head, but here's how much I paid. So for the braiding, like actual them braiding it, I spent 20 bucks. Don't let them trick you. It was $20, y'all. 20 bucks. Where you gonna get that at? And that's exactly why I had them in for as long as I do now. I didn't come like washed and blow dry. Biggest mistake of my life, y'all. biggest mistake, like they don't section your hair and blow dry it, like comb it out and blow dry it. They just like grab your hair from like any part and blow dry and grab and blow dry and grab. So it was not the best thing, but I got the experience so I can report it back to y'all. So I took one for the team and I prayed over my hair, and God just gonna keep it. Like, I just pray to God they didn't break my ends, and they didn't, like, they had to blow dry up to the hair follicle, y'all. Like, no guard, no nothing, y'all. So just go wash and blow dry. Other than that, it was a great experience. But like, I don't have a middle part with my hair. They just kind of grab a piece and then go from there. So I would say, like, if you want a middle part, be vocal. I pay separate for the braiding hair, and the braiding hair is really nice. Like, it curls up at the end. But the braiding hair, I only needed like 2 packs. Actually, it was 1.5, and I let her keep the rest of my hair. But it was $6, like, for both packs. So it was $3 a pack. So it was really worth it. And it's like Expressions braided hair. Like, that's the American brand that I would compare it to. Except for the ends are already like curled, so they don't braid it all the way down. They're gonna stop and then put some mousse in it to like make it curly and make it last. The other thing I did on my maintenance day was get my nails done. So in Highland Park, I went to this nail shop called Nail Addict. I made an appointment the day before, and I got this service called rubber gel. I had never gotten rubber gel before, and it's because they didn't do acrylics. So it's very similar to like acrylic, but guys, I think people know what rubber gel is, but y'all, like, I had never experienced rubber gel. It takes a while. I'm not gonna pretend like it didn't take longer. And she was literally like sculpting the nail on there, and she made the color I wanted. I'm a person who enjoys like pinks and stuff like that, so they did have that, and she mixed the pink with some white to get the specific color pink I wanted. Guys, that stuff lasted so long, and the service was top tier. So they gave me water, they gave me tea and a biscuit. Well, it was a cookie. They gave me a chocolate chip cookie. And guys, I don't eat chocolate chip cookie, but it was good. It was like a little Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookie. It was delightful. So I really enjoyed the experience. It was real cute. The ambiance is real nice, and it looked very clean. I didn't get my toes done or anything like that. Downtown, and one of the things we did downtown was we got clothes. Downtown was a good experience because it's just a lot of people. So one thing I was kind of afraid of was being like pickpocketed. But it didn't happen, obviously, but I was just like hyper aware. And one thing that I also had to remember is they drive on the opposite side of the road than Americans. They walk on the opposite side of the sidewalk than Americans. So my normal was getting in their way. But other than that, it was a good experience. It was very crowded. It was given like New York, but it wasn't that it wasn't that bad. Like, and nobody was in my personal space that I felt like. But they do have like different places where you can buy stuff and you can bargain and stuff like that. So we're going to those places, and guys, they sell like all types of shoes. They sell Jordans and stuff like on the street, but they're used and stuff like that. And it like, think about the American like resale market, and then like divide that price by 5. Like, we were seeing like used 4s that looked good, like look almost brand new, for like $70, $100. Like, you don't really see that stuff, and it was some good stuff that they had out there, guys. So that was a real nice thing to do, and to just look at all this stuff. I didn't end up getting those shoes, but some of the people I went with ended up getting shoes, and they wear them and it looks good to me. So I mean, I will recommend it. I don't know where they get them from. The other thing that we did was we seen a seamstress, and I got some clothes made. So I'll tell you, like, I've gotten clothes made before, but like the person I went to this time, like, she didn't have a book, so I had to have my inspiration from Pinterest. So I'll tell you, I already have your inspiration of what you're looking for. And something I never thought about is be aware about what the fabric can do. So you can't show somebody like a satin dress and then give them cotton. It's going to be hard for them to recreate that. So just be aware of that. Like, that was something I really wasn't thinking about going into it, and it took me a long time to come up with the design for my dress because of that. But now I'm more aware of it, so I kind of have an idea and stuff like that. But I like the fact that I didn't have to choose from out a book, because we were able to pull from multiple different designs to come up with a dress that really fit me and that I really like. Guys, I cannot wait to wear it. Okay, the fabric we got was GTP, but I was not looking at those African type of dresses that kind of show up when you look at them. I was looking at like normal dresses, but I was able to pull elements from normal dresses and pull elements from like GTP dresses and to create what I wanted. And when I say normal dresses, I mean more like cotton infused dresses, like what I'm more used to in the US. So this fabric is different from what the fabric is from most of the dresses I own. I do have a little bit of dresses from GTP, but like I said in the past, when I got dresses made, we flipped through a book and you couldn't really deviate. So I was really excited about that. What did we eat, y'all? Okay, so when we were there, our goal was to try at least 10 new restaurants. So we did that. We was in. The food there was not that expensive, but you can go to some places that were kind of crazy with prices. I think we did a good job. Like, it was a well balanced. It really depends on if you were in like a shopping center or a touristy area. So it's a big range, like in between how much you're gonna pay for something and the quality of the food. And also you have to remember there's a lot of British influence on the cuisine there. So just be aware of that, because it was catching me off guard every time, y'all. One place that we went to often was called Cafe Nush. They're really good with breakfast. For like lunch and dinner, I would not recommend them. Baba Shanti was good and he was inexpensive, but he's in the cut. Like, he was in the cut. So my uncle actually showed us this restaurant. You can get a whole chicken, fries, and a salad for like $7. And when I tell you the whole chicken, they gonna cook up the whole chicken. They giving you the whole chicken. Did I tell y'all it was the whole chicken? It was good. It was good. They have outside seating. Like I said, we went in June and July, so it was a bit chilly. The other place is Nando's. So Nando's is a chain. I think in the UK, Nando's is more well known, but it's just a chicken place. You can compare it to like Popeyes or something like that. KFC there is different for some people from the KFC here. It reminds me of Popeyes, like the KFCs. But also, y'all be aware, their vanilla ice cream is not vanilla. It's whipped cream. Like, the best way I can explain it to you is if somebody froze whipped cream. Like, that's how their vanilla ice cream tastes. I enjoyed it, but it's not like French vanilla ice cream that I'm used to. Another place that we went to was Pizza Inn. They put olives on that pepperoni. So if you say, hey, can I get a pepperoni pizza? It automatically comes with black olive. Nobody told me nothing. Nobody told me nothing about that, y'all. So personally, like, when my food be messed up, it hurts my heart. And I was trying to explain to them, how was I supposed to know? And they was making it seem like it was the most common knowledge in all the world. It's not in all the world. It's there. I don't know where they got that from. I don't know where they doing that at, but they do that there. So just be aware. If you're getting a pepperoni pizza from Pizza Inn, it's gonna have black olives, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. If I had to recommend any dishes for you to try, it would probably be salsa. Salsa is sometimes confused with like fufu, but it's not really fufu. It's just like a cornmeal dish, like a side. Yeah, I don't really have much of a taste. And like in Ghana, they call it banku, but it's a good dish, like for you to try, you know, experience it. And Pamuzinda does serve salsas because it's like a tourist attraction. Sometimes it's not always served, but sometimes, like when they're doing the buffet thing. So that's like something nice you can try when you're there. And if you don't like it, at least you get to say you tried it. Nightlife. What did we do at night, y'all? So we went out, I think like twice, maybe. We ended up going to a club called Evitro for a little while, just while we were walking around and stuff like that. And I've been to Evitro before. Evitro was it. Evitro was it. I would definitely recommend it. Another place we went to, which was new for me, was called Jam Tree. That was really nice. The music was pretty good, but after a while, like the DJ kind of killed the music. There's a place by Garfunkel's. I can't remember that place. We went there. That was a good vibe. It was real cute. But Evitro has more chairs. And we were able to get seats at Jamtree. They're open till like 6 a.m. and they sell food like straight. You can order whatever you wanted. Like you can sit down. They had like a dance floor section. Y'all, it's nice and it's huge. And it's really cute. Like I enjoyed it. It wasn't like straight bar scene. And it wasn't like, oh, you want to sit down, pay me so much money. It was real nice. Evitro, they do have seats, but like those got taken up real quick. And then you can pay for the VIP. And then the club by Garfunkel's, you really couldn't sit nowhere. You just had to stand. That was it. But I would say the nightlife was really good. It was a cute scene. How do we get around, y'all? I know y'all asking this. We got around with this app called InDrive. So this was recommended to us, and it's a free app. Okay, I'm not being sponsored yet, but it's a free app. So the app is like Uber or like Lyft, except for instead of paying Uber or Lyft for that app for the ride, you're paying the actual person. So you pay in cash. So if the ride is $5, like the app is just connecting the driver and the rider. If you say, hey, I need this ride from here to here for $5, they're gonna be like, accept or not accept. And then they're gonna send out like, hey, I'll do that ride for $6. And then you can be like, accept or not accept. And they have a market rate. Like this ride from here to here is usually $5, and then or $5.50. I never carry no change, so we are always like, if it's $5.50, we're just gonna put the ride in for $5, and somebody will accept it. And that's literally how we got around, except for Pamuzinda. But I'm pretty sure that they will take you to Pamuzinda. You'll just have to ask. Another way that you guys can get around is combis. So combis are like vans that just kind of work like a bus loop almost, but you pay individually. It's like, it's not public transportation because they didn't really have that, but it is private. It's like a private company doing what the public transportation is doing. And they are these white vans, and yeah, they'll take you where you want to go, but you do have to ask like, hey, does this go here? Does this go here? I'm trying to go here and stuff like that. And it can get really crowded. And so we didn't use that. We found InDrive to be the best option for us. Phone lines. Y'all have to bring an ID and not a driver's license. You have to bring like a passport to get a phone line. You can go to EcoCash, and you can also, they don't really have like Apple Pay, but sometimes you can type in your number and pay with EcoCash. I ended up using the travel line with my provider that I have here with my phone line I already have. And I just let them know, hey, I'm traveling. These are the dates I'm traveling. This is how much data I want. And I got unlimited talk and I got unlimited text. So that's just what I ended up doing. And the reason why I use data is because most communication goes on through WhatsApp. So I just use my data to handle that. But for the most part, like, it was a good experience, y'all. And I'm really thankful for it. And I really appreciate y'all for watching this video. Like, if y'all made it to the end of this video, put a palm tree in the comment section. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And tell me where y'all think I should go on vacation next. And I want to hear about y'all vacations because this was pretty fun. But y'all, like, we got to do better. We got to do better. Like, it was a lot of things that I learned on the trip that I'm happy to share with y'all. So share with me something, y'all. I appreciate y'all for spending time in my golden space with me. And it's your girl, Nabria Chakaka. And I'll see y'all later.